Hello, fourth grade historians. Welcome back. I am Mrs. Lamondo here to bring you our next lesson in our immigration unit. We have reached a really exciting time in our unit because it's getting to be about that time where we need to show what we know through a simulation. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get started. Today we're going to learn all about what a simulation is and learn a little information that will help you along the way in lessons to come. So this is lesson 9. Introduction to our simulation. The simulation was designed to help you better understand what it was like to be an immigrant coming to the United States through Ellis Island during the 1900s. You will understand that there are various reasons for immigrants to come to the United States and will identify how an immigrant was allowed to enter Ellis Island. You will also understand reasons why an immigrant would not be allowed to enter and explain why. We will look at the identities of fictional immigrants and trace the process of coming through Ellis Island. Through a series of events, you will determine if they are able to enter the country, are detained, or if they must return back home. Good luck. All right, first let's look at some questions that were asked at Ellis Island. We will discuss how the answer to each question might affect someone's outcome. So the first question that they would ask is, can you read and write? Would this keep you from entering Ellis Island? No. Plenty of third-class steerage passengers and others came through Ellis Island and did not have the ability to read and write. That would not keep them from entering the United States. Another question that they would ask is, what is your final destination? If you didn't know where you were going and didn't have a plan, would that keep you from entering Ellis Island? No. They just merely wanted to help you get to where you needed to go. Do you have a ticket to your final destination? Would this keep you from entering Ellis Island? No. So if you knew that you were going to Boston but did not have a ticket to get to Boston, they would still let you through Ellis Island into America. They simply wanted to help people get to where they needed to go. And if that meant seeing someone so they could purchase a ticket, that's what they would help you with. Are you in possession of $50? Would this keep you from entering Ellis Island? No. If you did not have $50, they would still let you in through Ellis Island. They wanted to know how much money you had on you, so that way they could understand if you had enough to support yourself beginning a new life in America. Have you ever been to the United States before? Would this keep you from entering Ellis Island? Maybe. Remember, the only people that came through Ellis Island were third-class or steerage passengers. They had probably saved their entire lives for a single ticket to get to America. So the fact that they had had enough money to maybe have come to America before this would be very, very fishy. Not something that a lot of people had the money to do. Have you ever been convicted of a crime? Would this keep you from entering Ellis Island? Yes. If you had been convicted of a crime, hands down, you were going to have to plead your case in front of a court. You were going to be detained and possibly deported or sent back. While the United States was very welcoming of all sorts of immigrants, they did not want people who are going to come to the United States and commit crimes. Are you an anarchist? Would this keep you from entering Ellis Island? Yes. Anarchy means the belief in absence of government, meaning rules don't apply. Now, when immigrants came through Ellis Island, the government wanted people to participate. They wanted them to become citizens. They wanted them to vote. So if you were someone who didn't believe in democracy, which is something that we so strongly believe here in America, you would definitely be detained or possibly sent back. There's no way that they wanted that here in the United States. Are you coming with an agreement of labor? An agreement of labor means that you have a job lined up. Would this keep you from entering Ellis Island? No. If you had a job, awesome. If not, they would use resources at their disposal to help you find employment. What is your condition of health? Would this keep you from entering Ellis Island? Maybe. If you were sick, you would be detained to the hospital until you were well. So they definitely weren't letting anybody who was ill through to America. Remember, in the video we saw, there was a hospital on Ellis Island where they would treat the patients. Hopefully they would get better, and then they would ultimately let them through to the United States of America. So let's talk a little bit about why history is important. I think you'll enjoy this quick little video from A Kid Explains History talking about Ellis Island and its importance.
A Kid Explains History! Hi there, my name is Mr. Q. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Ellis Island. Between 1892 and 1954, this is the first place millions of immigrants saw when they moved to the United States. Before 1820, the United States didn't have any rules about who was allowed to stay. I mean, people just got off the boats and that was that. Places like Ellis Island were set up to keep records and turn back people the government didn't really want. Kind of like how airports do today. Almost every American has an immigrant story in their family, unless they are Native American. Those guys are here before everyone. I don't have to go far back in my family tree. My own dad migrated here from New Zealand. My great-grandfather on my mom's side was from Korea. My Ellis Island story comes from my papa's side. Now to help me out, I'm going to do something a little different. For the first time on A Kid Explains History, I'm going to have a special guest. Say hello to my papa.
Hello.
His great-grandmother was processed there after a 2-week boat trip from Italy.
Alice Gugino. Incidentally, that's your great-great-great-grandmother.
Wow. Why did she move to America?
She moved to America in 1902. She was 2 years old. She was a baby.
Wait a minute. A 2-year-old came on a ship by herself?
No, I think her family was with her. Her mom and her sisters.
That makes more sense.
And actually, I have a list from all the passengers on the ship. Would you like to see it?
Of course I would, for the video and entertainment. Actually, you know what? We have the technology to put that up here.
That would be great.
Dad, could you please? There it is.
Wow, that's neat. That's really neat. See, that's her name right there.
Oh, cool.
You can see that the ship came from Palermo, and the list is all the passengers.
After they passed through Ellis Island, they were American, right?
Yes, but remember, people were not always nice to immigrants to this country.
What do you mean?
Well, sometimes the people that were here were afraid they were going to take their jobs. Even when I was little, when I was a kid, people were not always nice. The same thing happened to the Irish Americans, the Polish people, the Jewish people. Eventually, those prejudices go away. That an Irish American even became president. But the Italians got Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. And that's okay in my book. What do you think?
I have no idea. Thanks, Papa. That was awesome.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Actually, it's really nice to learn about my own family's history. I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to see it either.
Ellis Island changed after 1924, when it was used more to send people home and lock people up. By the 1930s, more people were leaving America than arriving because of a thing called the Great Depression. In World War II, hundreds of Germans, Italians, and Japanese were kept there just in case they wanted the other side to win, which wasn't very nice. By 1990, Ellis Island was reopened as a museum, which you can visit to this very day. Thank you for watching today's episode. It's always good to see you. If you haven't already, I'd love you to subscribe, like, and comment on the videos, and share.
All right, so as we could see there, as A Kid Explains History, Ellis Island is a really, really important part of our history. And hopefully, as you saw, most people were let through. We weren't here to turn people away. The two big things, well, I guess maybe three big things, maybe, right? Your health would definitely get you sent to the hospital or detained to the hospital if you weren't feeling well. If you were identifying as an anarchist, or if you had been convicted of a crime, you were probably going to be detained to court or sent back home. All right, next time we're going to look at some fictional immigrants. We're going to talk about whether they would have gotten through, and then you're going to have to determine the fate correctly of, I think, 4 to 5 immigrants. So until next time, 4th grade historians, I will see you then. Bye.